Betty Rock, does the name Lonnie Frisbee mean anything to you?
Not really.
Well, it didn't to me either until I saw the new Erwin Brothers film, Jesus Revolution. It's that one that's like faith-based, and it's not the usual like faith-based film. Yes, it's a movie that tells the faith story of Pastor Greg Laurie after meeting this hippie preacher named Lonnie Frisbee. And what's cool is it's kind of all true. It was set in the 60s and 70s during the Jesus movement. And I'm telling you, Rock, you would absolutely love the soundtrack. It's really good. Your dad raised you on that stuff.
What did you like about the movie?
I like that the movie's about a guy searching for identity and inclusion and truth. And even though it's set in the 70s, man, it's exactly what people are looking for today. And the answer is Jesus. It's the same then as it is now. And I also really liked that it didn't paint a perfect picture of the church either.
Really?
Yeah, like it showed men's egos kind of getting in the way of God, and it showed the intolerance of people inside of faith. But it also showed that despite that, if we just get out of the way, revival is possible.
So what did you not like about the movie?
That I wasn't in it. Like that bothered me a little bit. I got to tell you, the Irwins, they cast Kelsey Grammer, and he's great. They got Jesus from The Chosen. I mean, that's a great get, but they could have had me for a whole lot less. But in the end, man, I really thought it was a great movie.
If you want to check it out and hopefully enjoy it as much as Wally did, it's in theaters right now.
Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast, all the things we did not get to during the course of the show today. Betty Rock, still on the mend, feeling better, or do you feel worse today? You couldn't tell on the show, just for the record.
Thank you. I think just the same.
Same? Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't sounded as phlegmy today.
Yeah,
thank
nice.
The cough's been there, but the amount of content with the cough seems a little bit less.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I had a relapse, just so you know, so you're going to have one of those too, because you have the same thing I had, like, oh, I'm good. Oh, gosh, one day, and then you wake up like, what happened? But just a little one, so not bad.
Over it.
Not bad. I know, it's a bad one, so I apologize. So I came across this story. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to mini rant on this.
No.
I have to, Rock. I have to.
I should just know.
Yeah.
We should just start calling each one of them rant number 942.
You know what? If people
or keep a countdown of how many days it's been without a rant.
People would stop doing dumb things, then I would not have to. But they do dumb things. They say dumb things, and I have to call it out because no one else apparently will.
What is today's?
Okay, so here's the thing. There's this story. Thank you, Gavin. There's this story about this guy,
He's going to
Jason.
rant about having to rant.
Yeah. He's 37 years old, and he made history this month becoming the youngest black professor at Cambridge University in the UK. Great. Awesome. Really good. He says, I want it to be most normative for black professors to occupy these spaces in these types of institutions all around the world.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So far, no rant. Like, yes, nicely done. Love everything you just said. The role was not just for a win for him professionally, but a reflection of how far he's come personally. He was born in South London, and he was exposed to his community, and he was a child that dealt with a problem. Like, so he did not speak until he was like 11 years old.
Oh, wow.
He had autism and stuff. And so you're like, okay, man, I love everything about this story. You had everything against you. You didn't really speak until you were 11. And then now you have multiple degrees, your master's, you're teaching. Every part of this I love.
You love the underdog story.
Absolutely. But here's where it gets weird, okay? Because he's like, talks about, he dealt with neurodivergency at an early age. Stop it!
What is that?
Okay, neurodivergent is the new term. It's the new politically correct, woke term, nonsense, garbage term for people who think differently, okay? And it's not a medical term. It's not a thing. Some moron made it up just because I think differently. Like you, Betty Rock, could be neurodivergent because you process things differently. You're dyslexic. You could be neurally divergent because you don't see things the way that everyone else sees them. That's part of being human. We don't see things the same way. You don't always have to fall into a category or a class just to feel like you belong. Well, this makes me feel like I belong. I'm neurodivergent. No wonder. I've got other neurodivergent people that are just like me. Stop it! It drives me insane. It's not a thing. Neurodiversity is made up like all the other garbage people are making up these days. This one got more passionate than I thought. It's ridiculous.
You critiqued. So Wally did have a coffee earlier today, and we were kind of citing that it hadn't felt like a typical.
Now it's starting to show.
And now it's there.
It is a non-medical term that describes people whose brains develop or work differently than others. Yeah, that is what we call life. Everybody has to feel like they're in some group that has somehow been marginalized or somehow has been affected or held back or pushed down, or and so I'm overcoming for my neurodivergency. I'm a hero. No, you're not. You just think differently, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you.
I see what you're saying.
It didn't sound like this guy was calling himself.
He was. He was saying he was exposed to systematic disparities in a community as a child that dealt with neurodivergence at an early age. But what I did like about the article is one of the only articles I ever read that is like, hey, look, it's not a medical thing. Everyone else treats it like it's a medical thing. Oh, you're neurodivergent. Oh, wow. And you've overcome so much. You're amazing. No, you're making it up. Oh, you're what are some of the other terms? Like, you are non-binary. What? Made that up too. Like, we just make up garbage.
So
and everyone's supposed to buy it. It's the emperor's new clothes, man.
So another example of something that would irritate you is if maybe you said that you had to, that you were being applauded, or you were applauding yourself for overcoming ADHD or something.
Sure.
Where you have to process and you have to analyze things differently than other people do, because that's just how you're built. This guy is built to handle things differently, but it's not necessarily heroic.
Here's the deal. It is a big deal that he's autistic and that he overcame that. 1 billion %. That is impressive. Good for you. Like that, and that's a medical thing. It's like people who have PTSD that have really been through stuff. You go, medical, PTSD, you deserve it. I did not get my order that I ordered at McDonald's, and it triggered me. I have PTSD. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're a whiny little baby, and you need help, okay? Maybe you do have PTSD because you need help. But so like this guy, he's on the spectrum. That makes sense. Overcoming ADHD, that makes sense. Like, those are actual things and he accomplished something. Like, that's what the story is.
You're just irritated that they added the portion
neurodivergent garbage. Like, the story is enough by itself. You had to pile on this other thing that's made up to make it somehow more impressive. The fact that he didn't speak till he was 11 years old, and then now is a minority professor at a prestigious university with multiple degrees. That's your story. Stop making things more than they are. You like, that wasn't enough. All of a sudden, that's not enough, because now we've got to have one more thing to overcome. I'm neurodivergent. It's lunacy, man. I am losing my ever-loving mind in this world. I am, because people are knuckleheads. I'm so tired of this.
So stressful.
I know. Gavin's over here picking at his nails. But you're going to overcome that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just, in my head, I'm stressed I'm picturing trying to be you in this world, and it seems hard.
It's hard because I'm mad about everything, because people keep doing dumb things.
We're proud of you for overcoming.
Thank
how
you.
hard it is for you to understand.
Right.
Stop it. But see, that's the thing. But that's it. It's like, you could make that case. Okay, I don't see things like the rest of the world sees them. I don't see all this nonsense with gender. I don't see this nonsense with neurodivergence. That right then and there makes me neurodivergent, because I don't process the things the way that I'm told to process them. I'm neurodivergent. I'm overcoming things. I'm an overcomer. It's just, no wonder our society is so messed up. It's because we keep creating things and making up stuff. For people that want to be so independent and you want to not be like everybody else, all we do is put ourselves into groups. Mm-hmm. All we do is categorize ourselves. And it's always like, I have a problem. I'm in a new group. I'm in a support group. Good Lord. No wonder we're never going to crawl out of this if we keep doing this garbage.
I think I look at it in a different way, and
Please, tell me.
And I
I'd
think
love to hear your perspective.
And it's both are understandable. Both, we need both, because I'm not going to be in that situation where I get as passionate. I'll get passionate about something else, but not that. I think I look at it as, when you get down into the root of it all, mainly it's people that are wanting to either play the victim card.
Exactly. Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah. They want to play the victim card because that gives them at least some sympathy. Maybe they're looking for closer bonds with people, and sympathy or empathy is that thing that they're going down to maybe find that connection with someone. Or they could be just doing it because they want to look like they're leaders. and they don't feel like they really have anything to give to society. So they're playing up or making dramatic things that really aren't that dramatic to make them feel like they actually matter.
Yeah, and you overcame neurodivergence.
Right.
Like, okay.
And so ultimately it comes down to we're looking for purpose. We're looking for love in a group of people that are looking for the very same thing. It's empty looking for something else in an empty group.
Like if you were to tell me somebody has OCD, I know of like this kid that's a friend of ours, their kid, crippling OCD, crippling. Takes him an hour and a half to go to bed at night because of all the things he has to do just to go to bed, like 30 switches on the light switch, like crippling, okay? Now, theoretically, based on this non-clinical diagnosis, that would also consider neurodivergent, but he's OCD. So him going to bed, in half an hour's time because he's figured out how to do things differently, you go, man, good on you. Like, that's good. You're processing things differently. That is a big deal because you're overcoming some real thing. I think what we're doing, to your point, is that so many people have to be known for something. And so when they look at their lives and their lives don't have a lot, they're like, oh, wait, I'm neurodivergent. I overcame this. Now I'm special. And that, to your point, is where, because we've homogenized everything, nobody's special, and so everybody's trying to somehow feel like they matter in this world, and we keep homogenizing everything, and you're going to continue to have more of this kind of stuff because somebody has to feel like somebody cares about them,
Right.
But just do it another way. Just do it with an actual thing, please.
An actual thing.
An actual thing. An actual medical thing, please.
I didn't see that going that way.
I didn't see it being that passionate.
Story, the way you started the story, and
Never really surprised by
the
it.
volume just went high.
Sometimes I'm even surprised. Like I was like, okay, I want to have this. Like I want to have an intelligent conversation about neurodivergence, and then and it did. I know it devolved into name calling, and that's what I do. But again, you can't say anything to me because I'm neurodivergent. Like I don't see things the way everyone else does, so I'm not wrong.
Well, especially if it's a non-medical one, you can definitely identify as it.
Oh, I identify as it, and like I can say anything I want, and I cannot even be held accountable because my brain doesn't work the same way. I'm neurodivergent.
And it really doesn't.
Neurodivergent's fun, So. Come on, everybody, let's get neurodivergent.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say besides. I mean, I just feel like it's a bunch of people just trying to have this victim card mentality of like, I'm the victim and I've overcome something really hard. And it does downplay those people that really have gone through some really hard things.
And I think that,
but then again. Who are we to judge?
But at the core, that's my point. Because like it's when people talk about their PTSD and you're dealing with soldiers that have seen the worst in things, and your PTSD is because your contractor didn't do your kitchen the right color cabinets. Like that's doing them a disservice, honestly. Yeah. When people really overcome something, like and to water it down with things that aren't, I think is one of the rudest things you can do to people that really do have. Because this is not a rant about lack of compassion. If anything, to your point, Rock, it's about being super sensitive to people that really have done things.
So you're the one that's super
I'm
sensitive.
super sensitive. See how I spun that? You see how I did that? It's pretty ingenious.
I thought you didn't like sensitivity.
Yeah, Wally.
I'm so confused.
Super sensitive guy.
You're so neurodivergent.
I know,
can't keep up.
You can't keep up with me because my brain is working on so many different levels because I'm neurodivergent. Okay, now we all see the lunacy. Okay, Lady Rock, what do you got?
Oh, it's my turn.
It is your turn. I'm done. I'm tired. My coffee just wore off.
Yeah. Well, Taylor Swift, her new live show, it has a pretty cool stage.
Oh.
I would say Wally and I think Wally is, maybe it's me.
What?
I'm the one. It's me. Hi. It's me.
I understand that.
I'm probably the least Taylor Swift fan in this room, but
Have you been to a Taylor Swift show?
To see Need to Breathe open for her.
Okay, I went to that same show. Oh,
Yeah.
you left?
Yeah.
I couldn't. I had a daughter. And like she was there and she screamed for an hour and a half.
But I would say probably, Gavin, you're probably the closest to a Taylor Swift fan.
We say that. It's probably more of a bit than it is anything
okay.
because I don't.
There's no Swifties in this room.
No, I wouldn't say
like,
so.
We wouldn't
it's fun music, but it's not.
Right.
Like I know choruses. I don't.
Right, but you're not going to like scream at a concert.
Don't put me up for any of the pre-chorus stuff.
So you're driving and it comes up on your phone, your iPhone. Like, do you skip it or do you listen to it?
I would listen to it.
I'd skip it in a heartbeat. Like mine still comes up.
They don't even play because I only listen to like country radio when I'm in the car.
Yeah.
These days, or it's a podcast on my phone.
You don't seem like a country guy.
I don't feel like a country guy.
You seem like a bro country guy.
Yeah, well, I love modern country. Big, Big 98. And so I listen to that, but she doesn't appear on like country anymore unless it's like later at night and it's like old music.
I liked country Taylor.
I did too.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of pop Taylor. She sold out.
Well, with her new live show, she's got this really cool stage, but it's not what you think. So what it looks like is mainly you can see it better if you're sitting up top where you're looking down. You can really see it from there. But what she does is she's standing on a stage. And there's a stage on the other end of the arena. And in between is a catwalk that connects both of them. So she, on one side of the stage, gets done with a dramatic song
everything's a dramatic finish.
Yeah, of course. And she's
a pose.
Of course. And she's in this dress. And she kind of like sits there and looks at everyone while they're going, oh my God, you're amazing! Doing the heart symbol with her hands. She will dive headfirst into a hole in the stage.
Okay.
Yeah, like she's diving into a swimming pool.
Nice.
And that's what they make it look like. So the stage is like TVs or whatever.
Right.
They make it look like a river or like a swimming, like a ocean.
Yeah.
So she dives into this hole.
Now she's swimming underwater. In
It
essence.
looks like she's swimming underwater through the catwalk to get to the other side of the stage.
Okay.
So you can really see this from up top, and it looks amazing. And then she appears on the other stage.
So in reality, the production of it, she dives in, they catch her in some pads, she runs to the other side, and they shoot her up through it.
Right.
From a production
creative.
from a production standpoint, her shows are great. Like there was one time she was flying out over the crowd, and like she does a really good job. I would love it if that tank was filled with water and it was just longer than she could hold her breath, but she tried every night to try to get through it, and she just makes it.
Terrible.
Like, and maybe throw a shark in there. Like now you got something.
Where there have been rumors about like what is it that she's diving into? You
Pudding.
said, well, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
One of the funniest ones though was someone said it's a McDonald's ball pit.
That'd be fun.
It would be interesting to see the production of what. Yeah, like is it just pads
and to be head first?
Right.
Like she dives head first.
Dangerous.
I am curious because there's a way that there's this thing for escaping buildings that it looks like a garbage can and you jump into it, and they do this also on oil platforms, and it's kind of like a bag inside of it. So as you jump in, the bag kind of closes around you and slows your descent. And I'm wondering if it's something like that. She dives into it and it kind of closes her and just slows her down, and then they just kind of slide her out.
I don't know, or is it as simple as she dives head first, someone is there to catch her, and then they lay her on this mat and it shoots her to the other side.
Yeah, it's probably not as great as we think it is. It's just like some burly roadie that's like, I got you. Come on, Taste
and
Way.
he's all hairy and sweaty.
Yeah. It's probably not as elaborate as we think. But I will say this, like I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. I was surprised she's still doing it, to be honest with you. Like the big shows and stuff. But her show, when we saw it, the production value was fantastic. It was really good. I mean, she spent money on it, which is cool.
No, we spent money.
Yeah, I like seeing shows
we as the public
that have good production. For King and Country's the show that they do a great job with the production and the lighting and the screens and everything. But they also do a great job with the people and moving them, and they're all playing multiple instruments. It's very kinetic. There's always something moving. Toby's show is like that. There's always something happening. The Newsboys, great show. You got the drum riser flipping around. You got Michael Tate walking on the catwalk like he's a lion on the plains of the Serengeti. So yeah, he's like a braided hair lion seeking whom he may devour on the catwalk of the savannah.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, okay, but that's those are probably the best shows. Musically, though, like you said, you went and saw Need to Breathe, and they're a great live. Carrollton is a fun band live to see. Just musically, they're so good. Mercy Me is a worship show, but fun to see. Like, it's funny to see them, and they're not like what a lot of people expect. They expect I Can Only Imagine, and they get Bart being this funny dude, So those are some of the good shows.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to Chris Tomlin's Easter show.
Good Friday.
Yeah, Good
Your
Friday
face
show.
is not like you're too happy about it.
It feels
This was
like
an Easter present for my wife.
Oh, good job.
Oh.
Yeah, she
she's
really
been
wanted to go.
wanting to go.
Yeah, and so she's been wanting to go, and I'm like, okay. And so I had to sell my soul to the angel, because not the devil, because it's a Christmas or it's a Christian show. And so I got tickets from the station, and I told him, hey, I'll do booth time or stage
that's
time,
good.
whatever you need.
So it's not like you got it for free per se.
So I got to go do it. But I'll tell you, man, if I'm going to be there anyway, I love meeting people at shows. Like that's for me. Once I get there, I always hate going.
Yeah.
Because we got to drive up and it's like parking's a hassle and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But like once I get there, I love meeting people that listen to the show because they're always 9 times out of 10 are so kind and they love what we do. They always compliment you guys and I really do enjoy it.
I would love to see one person come up and like slap you across the face.
I've had people come up and tell me, like I had one person come up one time and go, oh yeah, I don't like you. Like, fine. Like you felt the need to walk all the way over here just to tell me you don't like me. I'm like, that's great. I'm like, I'm not really a fan of yours either. I don't even really know you, So it's just funny. But I really enjoy that. But yeah, so that's the next show I'll be at. I don't think I'm going to see any other shows for a while.
I don't have anything on the docket.
Yeah.
Anytime soon. I think concerts are fun, but I feel like I'm pretty burnt out after like 2 or 3 songs.
That's the thing, man. You get so jaded about stuff. I'm ready to go. Or like, and I hate to say that, I don't want to sound like elitist, but like a lot of times we have like backstage passes and stuff. And so like I'll go and watch 2 songs that I want to see, and then I'll walk backstage and just talk to people I know. Like I enjoy that more than I enjoy just standing there watching songs. I haven't enjoyed that in a lot of years.
I like concerts, but my problem is the getting dressed up, getting in the car and going to downtown Nashville to figure out parking.
It never feels worth it.
Wiggle my nose and just appear at the arena, and then I can wiggle my nose again and disappear and be in my pajamas at home.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's a good day. That's a good day when that happens. Yeah. I think that like I would like to go see like I want to, but I don't want to. Like a
monster truck.
No.
So
like
cool.
a one of these 80s throwback concerts, like from all the music from when I grew up. Like there's part of me that would love to go see a show like that.
It would not be the same.
Yeah, there's part of me that would be like, this is so sad.
Especially when you look at the people around you.
Yes.
And they've gotten older, and you're like, if they're old, what am I?
Yeah, and then they still all drove there together in one Camaro, and it's just really sad. Or like I watched some videos the other day on YouTube of Van Halen because I was like learning some Van Halen songs like on my guitar, and I mean the guy was a master. But they used to have this guy David Lee Roth who was their lead singer. Then they broke up with him. They added Sammy Hagar, and so I wanted to watch some old videos with modern day David Lee Roth. And they were so sad. They were so bad. He was horrible. Like he used to be a great showman. He was so bad and so cheesy. It I was like, I can't. And I slammed my laptop closed and I didn't open it for 3 days. I was I was that bothered.
You're so dramatic.
I am not dramatic.
You're the reason other people are dramatic. You get mad at people for being dramatic with their divergency.
Yes.
And there you are doing the same thing.
This was justified, and I think medical. I think a doctor would
PTSD.
Yes, thank you. All right, that's gonna do it for your Aftercast. Unless we have some birthdays. Didn't let me finish. You never let me finish.
Because I know where you're going.
Let me finish a sentence, man.
Okay, here we go. Claire. She celebrated a birthday on the 19th. She said, "I'm Beans' biggest fan." That's my cat.
Oh, that's great.
Buford Beans. Oh, Anna and Nora want to wish. It says my sister and I.
Yeah.
My sister and I share a birthday, and we are 3 years apart. That makes sense.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, happy birthday to both of you. And then Becky is celebrating a birthday yesterday. She said, I was born on the first day of spring, but I love winter best. She said, what is everyone's favorite season and why?
I think winter clothes are really pretty. I think women's winter clothes, like I think women look really elegant. Like I love
sweaters and boots.
Like I love my wife's winter clothes. Like I think she looks really pretty in
Sometimes
those.
you even wear them accidentally.
Apparently I did the other day. I wore a jacket. It looked a lot like mine. And then even my buddy was like, yeah, I noticed it zipped on the wrong side. I'm like, no, you didn't. There's no way you could have noticed that. But yeah, I think winter clothes. But we were talking about it though, the daylight savings time. We were talking about this before we started doing the Aftercast. I love it being light late.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's such a game changer. Even when you're going to bed, we have to go to bed early, but like you're going to bed early and there's still like sunlight coming through your window.
It feels
like,
nice.
oh. Yeah, it's so good.
Is that your favorite then? Spring?
For me, like I like summer because I like to go do things, and I like things being late in the afternoon, and like I love that. But like for my wife, she would say winter.
I would pick fall.
Yeah.
Fall is definitely my favorite. I start looking forward to it, I would say around July, August, because then once September hits, then you've got October. And to me, October is the epitome. Like that is where it is. And once Halloween is over with, then it's like, well, now we're going to Thanksgiving and Christmas and it's all over.
What's crazy is fall and winter are synonymous to me. It's the same season.
No, it's not.
To me,
winter
it is
snow.
To me, it's
fall
the same
is
season.
Leaves.
Like winter, I'm colorblind. I'm neurodivergent. I can't enjoy the colors. And like for me, it's already starting to get cold, so it seems like winter to me. I've never seen those two as different.
No, to me, fall is different. I love the clothes for fall because you get to wear sweatshirts and jeans and all that stuff. But also, too, I love the weather and I love the pumpkin spice stuff. And I just love I love the smell of like a campfire and s'mores.
Well, it's funny because I just told you that fall and winter are the same to me, and when I said my wife would like winter, I meant she would like fall, like literally, but it's the same. It's the same month.
No,
it's the same thing to me. Yeah,
that'd be like someone saying spring and summer are the same.
Totally different. Summer you
no,
sweat.
it's the same.
Spring,
like winter, I don't see it that way. Spring and summer are the same.
Oh no, you're crazy.
Yeah. No,
that's just how she
I'm
thinks.
Crazy. Okay,
is that a Piggly Wiggly sweatshirt?
Yes,
that a girl.
I love this thing.
I know it's so classy.
I could die with it on and be happy.
I would bury you in that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
We'll make sure we do.
Wait.
Gavin.
I said alive.
Gavin.
I'll just pick fall, but more importantly for me, it's just the time of the year when it's cold enough that like bugs die.
Yeah.
Just because in my backyard, if I go out with the dogs or if I go out to mow or if I just do anything outside, I just get eaten alive.
Yeah.
And even for me, the other day I was sitting on my outside bench and I was looking up at the back door and I saw like a bee flying around it and like the fear set in and like, gotta deal with this until like September.
He's got PTSD.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
neurodivergent. You can't
understand.
You can't understand.
Totally get that. You know what? I'm going to put you in a support group with veterans and like war veterans.
Hey guys, we're like the same, right?
Yeah. We've all suffered, right?
Listen, bees can kill people.
That's
so
right.
I do get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Look at the guy with an amputated leg and
hey, if you are so allergic to bees that you have to carry an EpiPen, absolutely,
pretty bad.
You have the right to be fearful and even have a little PTSD.
Yeah.
I got stung by 7 wasps when I was redoing my desk, and like I'm like, ow, oh gosh, ow, yeah. But like in an hour I was fine. So like I don't fear them. It's not a big deal. But if it was like a death sentence for you or your kid, absolutely you should fear that.
So
Is it a death
you can
sentence,
only
Gavin?
fear things if
I
Wally
agree.
says
Yeah.
you can fear.
Look, if you're not sure, you can email me and I will tell you what
like
you're
a
allowed to
horrible
fear.
leader.
I will tell you what you are allowed to have PTSD over. I'll tell you what you're allowed to think.
Can I have
expert
neurodivergency?
on
No, you
sir?
cannot. That's not allowed. You can have something medical, absolutely, but not a fake thing. All right.
I
well, with
thought you
that-
were going to say that fall was your favorite because of the sports.
football. Yeah.
that is also like a really
But
fun
you
part
didn't
of
say
it.
that. You said because you scream like a little girl when you see a wasp or a bee.
That's just how you chose to interpret it.
No, you said that
didn't
one
let me
time when you were
finish.
going to check your mail and you said you scream like a little girl. Do you remember that?
Well, for me, like the bug season is a time when I work on like agility too, because I see a bug and I do the and like dodge, but like I've hurt my neck dodging something that was like 20 feet away from me.
How do you explain that to the doctor?
Yeah.
Listen.
I would.
Gavin and I are actually going to play golf today.
Yeah.
And we asked
That's
Betty
so
if she
cute.
wanted to go, if she wanted to drive the cart or just go.
Honestly,
she was like, no.
Honestly, I just learned about an hour ago that y'all were playing actual golf.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
For the longest time, I thought it was
Disc golf.
something.
That wasn't a bigger incentivization.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna
Like
make
how
do
close
you
were
make
you
a
to saying
goal?
yes?
Not even.
Oh, man.
Not. It didn't even calculate.
And then I was like, well, look, we've got gift cards to go to lunch. You could go to lunch with us and then you could peel off and we'll go play golf and you go home. She's like,
I just want to go home.
I know. You love it. You love being
Home
at
is you're
home.
happy.
Yeah.
I do.
You know what? And that's fine. I've learned to be
I'm
like, good for you.
neurodivergent about my home.
I get it. You have a non-medical condition. Absolutely understandable.
You just don't want to come watch Wally probably spank me.
No,
in golf.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like, because Gavin's been playing like weekly here for
I know.
a while.
I shouldn't have been talking about it.
Yeah, I haven't played in a year and a half. And when I was playing that year and a half ago, I wasn't playing great. I was still shooting in the high 90s, and sometimes I'd be over 100. No, it's bad.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, that's like normal average duffer golf, like not a great golf. Like, you should be a great golfer is a scratch golfer, so 72. And so we're shooting in the high 90s plus. And so Gavin is so nervous about doing badly that I'm hoping that he chokes and I just play out of my head. Because I have this thing where if I don't do something for a while, I'll come back and play it. And the first time I play it back, I play it amazing. But then if I go back to play it the next week, I'm horrible.
Now listen, don't like dread this or anything, Gavin, because the power is ultimately in your hands.
I know.
Because all you got to do is stand back there and be like, I can't wait to see a legend.
Yeah.
Golf. You have been
Don't,
saying
because
how
that's what I was
great
going to do to
you are.
him. No, like, don't.
Do exactly what I do when he's like miss beats and he's like wanting to rap his own song. You just hype him up real big and he knows you're faking it.
Yeah.
This man,
Then it's gonna just
20
make him
more years of
plummet.
experience than I do, coming up for his first.
Even yell it out
little
loud.
left.
Yeah.
Yell it out loud and be like, this guy, ladies and gentlemen,
Draw a
line
crowd.
up.
I'm telling you, I'm really happy that we're playing a short course.
I'm not.
Because the short game is really hard, but then also off the tee is where things go bad. When guys are playing golf together, they always try to outdrive each other and see who can hit the ball the farthest.
Oh.
And that's when things go really badly, like you overswing and you shank it. And so the fact that this is a par 3 course, so it's all shorter holes, is really good because then you can just sit back and just kind of hit it. And I'm going to play, my goal is to play old man golf today to frustrate you. I'm going to play old man golf where you just kind of hit it easy, but you hit it straight. And you just keep hitting it straight and watch Gavin try to young bucket.
Yeah.
And he's going to be hitting it in the woods and
That's
stuff.
where and golf is hard because if I'm sitting up there and I'm like power swing the 200
hit it
yards
as hard as you can.
and I'm gonna probably miss the ball.
Oh, yeah.
I'll guarantee this. I will miss my ball on a couple shots.
That's humiliating.
Just because, yeah.
That's humiliating.
I've only shot in the 90s a couple times. Like I say, I've been golfing. Like I've only shot in the 90s recently a few times. So
good.
I'm not walking in there like this 70s or 80s golfer.
Okay.
Well, and I've asked, and I'm going to say this again, please document your whole situation on our stories.
Yeah.
That'll also help you, Gavin, if you're standing there filming him. Oh, he's going to melt.
Oh, yeah, that'll be the worst.
We are keeping score though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We're not there because sometimes I'll golf with them. We first hit the day. We're like, this isn't the scorekeeping day.
No. That's just how we size each other up. This is how we prove who's a man. So we're keeping
come
score.
on. You're over there in your Mickey shirt.
Hey, this
and
is an
he's
expensive
over there.
shirt. I had to buy this on a cruise because they lost my luggage.
With his PTSD of bees and wasps.
Yeah.
No one is a man here, okay?
We
no
are going
one.
to do this, figure out who is the manliest, and we'll see who wins. And we're playing for points and money. So
Oh, okay.
that always makes it more interesting and more pressure filled.
Put a quarter on a hole.
I'm in a different tax bracket.
I know.
We're gonna go bigger.
Oh man. Maybe on second thought I will go.
Yeah, Betty, you could undo both of us there,
for
just
sure.
like totally by
For
being
sure.
you. All right, that's gonna have to do it for your Aftercast. And as always, thanks for being a potty.